And I love the Time magazine cover. Tell us.
I was so thrilled to be there and to experience Russia that I had heard about and longed to see. It's just such a thrilling time to see all of these people who love music so devotedly. I do not have fingers. I have 10 voices, and they must all sing.
Oh, wonderful. Now, how many pianos do you have in this?
Oh, we still have 5 in the house.
And we have a wonderful one coming up for auction.
Yes, and I did that on purpose because I loved my mother so devotedly. I loved my father so devotedly. I believe with all my heart that God blessed me so deeply with my parents because I could not have been anything had it not been for them. And that had given me so much strength over my life, and I wanted to honor her because I heard her so much playing on that piano, and I worked hard on it. I mean, I learned so many works on that piano. And I said, too, why not honor her? How long we'll be on earth, we don't know. But honor her.
So you've amassed a fabulous collection of Russian pieces. What would you say is one of your favorite pieces?
This is a wonderful Fabergé piece. And the first week I had come back, I played the first concert at Carnegie Hall on the 19th of May, '58. And that week I was with, I told you, Princess Volkonsky, Rachmaninoff's daughter. And then the next day we had the planning of and then the next day I said to my mother and father who were with me, and I said, oh, Mother, I'm going to go to Olivier Roussy because I want to see what they have. And I went in and I bought 2 things that day. I bought these cufflinks, which are Fabergé, and I've had them on ever since. And I bought that lovely, beautiful bow. And those have been with me for 54 years.
So is there a particular piece that you think of that brings back a great memory?
Yes, I remember vividly this pair of mirrors I saw on the same day I saw this pair of cabinets. My mother and I were together at the shop of my great friend, Alistair Stair. My mother loved the mirrors. I loved the bookcases. And so we were there and we were counting our meager resources. And she knew that I loved them both. And they were the same price. And my mother looked at me and she said, all right, I'll give you those 2 bookcases. I said, okay, Mother, I'll give you the 2 mirrors.
Oh, I love it. So Van, can you tell me about acquiring this particular piece?
Yes, that was in 1987, and my mother loved that so much. My mother loved beautiful chairs, and so did her sister, and it just so happened that there were certain things that were just wonderful, you know, in isolated events. My mother had been given the Steinway Achievement Award. It was the 500,000th piano. And she made a speech. And she said, I remember it so well, she said, musical inspiration is the gift of God. Aim high and consider yourself capable of great things.
What part does music play in your life nowadays?
Oh, completely, forever. You know, music is something that is so deeply entrenched in the soul.
So how do you think your interest, your passion and your perfection in the music has translated into the collection and the pieces that you've collected?
Well, it's just been tireless for me because I can remember going back to the mid-50s, and my thirst for beauty. Because music, great music and great art, help us to reach a higher consciousness and see things that are invisible yet visible. And it helps us in our road through life because it teaches us that the offshoot of body, mind, and spirit is really truth, goodness, and beauty, which we all must strive for. That gives us strength. I'll never forget in 1987, I found that Paul Storr piece. The inscription on the work, because it was being presented to somebody, the date was October the 14th, and my mother's birthday is the 14th of October. And so I gave that to her. It was such a beautiful work. I love that so much. And so when she passed away in 1994, and I took it, and it was at the church service, and it was sitting on a tall stand at the end of the bier. And I hope that the inspiration that it has given me will be found, you know. And these, the little jewel boxes I gave Mother on her 90th birthday. They were Nicholas I had them made for his daughter, Grand Duchess Marina.
So Van, tell me about this silver tureen here.
This is a beautiful piece. It was in 1963, I believe. A concert I was playing on the 23rd of June, and after the rehearsal the day before, I was walking back from the concert hall at Musikverein, and I passed this shop, and I saw this, and it just captured me. Had been the possession of a daughter of Nicholas I. And before asking how much was it, I was thinking, how am I going to get this home? And I had great difficulty going to the next concert and the next, and then getting home. My mother was very wonderful at making fabulous chicken soup, and we've used that so many, many, many times. Mr. Stair called me one day and he said, come on over. And he said, I want you to see this little tripod table, because he said it belonged to Bernard Baruch, who was a very famous financier. And so he said, when Baruch died, he left it to his secretary. Then she decided a little while later that she was going to part with it, and she gave it to Mr. Stair. Mr. Stair said, oh, Van, I think this is a terribly important table, because as you can see, each leg is different. Now, he said, I have been searching for it, but I think it was a specimen table that Chippendale had made to show a customer if you want this leg or this leg or this leg. And I thought, how fascinating. And you know, it's interesting. I believe that things of great lasting beauty know their owners. I've always been grateful for a fact that there are only two things that can never be destroyed: great music and great memories. And when you have that, yes, I may be parting with some things, but I still see them forever in my home as they are.
Van, you are one of the biggest classical music icons of the 20th and 21st century.
Oh, you're sweet.
And it has been such an honor for Christie's to have the opportunity.
I love Christie's.
Oh, well, thank you. And it's such an opportunity for us to help assist in auctioning off these pieces. And on behalf of Christie's, and of course personally, I want to thank you for this opportunity.